Sir Jim Ratcliffe confronted by fans after Fulham asking him about the £66 ticket price increase. He's sweating. January transfer decisions. He's going to all these games. He's watching shit football. The pressure is increasing on Jim Ratcliffe.
Hey, he's the new face of the cleanup project. Guess what? Glazers made the bed. They shat in it for 20 years, and he's been the man that's to come in and clean it all up. And you know what? Fans are not happy, sir. I get it. He's walking into a club where people have been watching shit football for 10 years. And you know what? He promised many things, but there's not a lot of money around. He hasn't put that much money into the actual club itself, other than the Glazers' pockets. And people are furious. Prices are going up. The team sucks. and people are unhappy. Let's hear from him, sir.
Yeah, so these fans approached his, what I imagine is like Bentley in London, on the streets of London after the game. He thinks they want a picture, which is interesting. Let's play this out. We'll react on the other side.
66 quid.
66 fucking quid. 66 quid, mate. 66 fucking quid, mate. What are you doing, mate? We're Northerners. Come on, mate. Sort it out. If Fulham, we take triple. We take triple their fans, mate. Our prices should be a third of Fulham. 66 quid, you
you gotta, there's like some
There's a look at the face he makes, and he's like, these
the critical moments in the video is like, Ratcliffe is funny. He's like super rich. He's like,
you want a photo?
Like, he's like, first it starts with the I want a photo, and then you can see he's like,
he's
happy here. He's like,
play it.
No, but the one thing I want to comment here is he that miserable? I mean, he's going to the games. The fans are gonna, like, of all the billionaires you know, like when random people recognize him on the street, would they smile? Like, I mean, this tells you a lot about, he's like, hey guys, like we won. You know, that's kind of what he thinks it's going to be like.
He thinks he'd be treated like a hero, sir. He thinks he's going to get patted on the back.
You won. And then all of a sudden it says like, 66 quid,
play.
And
look at his face turns. There you go.
Here we go. Like, oh no.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, no. And then you probably realize he's recording. It's just like, oh no. So look, Sir Jim's in the mud.
Welcome to the game. Welcome to the great game.
He's in the mud, and this coincided with a letter to the 1958 about, hey, here's a swan song of why your season ticket's going to go up. Because number one, as proud Manchester United season ticket holders, Alex and myself, the £38 per ticket is like something that's pretty special, ultimately, that they hold them at that level for like the hardos. And then you saw them increase the resale. So just open for sale seats at Old Trafford, £66. That is a significant increase over the 38 that we have our seats at. But I'm no dummy. Next year, our seats are going to be 66,
yeah, exactly.
£66. And the open tickets are probably going to be £80. Like, the price increases are going to go until they can't fill the stadium. Unfortunately, that's just how it's going to play out because the club is broke. The Glazers' debt has broken this club. Is he worse than the Glazers? He's trying. Firing Dan Ashworth, to me, is unforgivable at a certain point. So that I still haven't gotten over the Ashworth move. Because if you stuck with Ashworth for the next 5 years, no matter your budget, you would be better. And United's just been up and down, up and down, up and down. And Ashworth you wouldn't win the league, but you would be a stable 6th to 4th, 6th to 3rd club with Ashworth, with talent, and you start selling players for money, and you would heal over like probably a decade. But he's looking for a quick fix. I don't know if I buy it.
No, that's what gives me worries. You know, he came in saying, it's going to take time, and I understand the fans are not going to be that patient, but I was in for the long play. You know, I think we all were. We all are willing to wait because it's going to take a while. Firing Ashworth gives you a lot of heartburn that, like, he doesn't have the wherewithal to kind of sit back and let it play out because, you know, he's old. He probably wants this to play out sooner rather than later. But we need to give this time because the club is broke, and now he's the face of it. He's the face of it. At least he is. He's done more than the Glazers have in terms of having a communication with the fans, even if it isn't being what they want to hear in terms of the prices are going to go up. The prices have been lower than they should have been for a long time, and the fans are going to have to bear the brunt of it. But, like, I don't know where you square the circle because at the end of the day, the club is broke. We need to get more money. And if we can't guarantee it from European football, you're going to have to make up for that money elsewhere, and that's going to be from season tickets. a future full stadium. But he's going to have to get used to this. It's like before he was just an anonymous billionaire that lived in Monaco. Now he owns the biggest club in England, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and they're not doing well. And guess what? The Glazers are chilling in Florida. They're not getting any heat. They're not getting any heat at all. At all. Like this guy took all the heat. Like they didn't get very much heat at all. Like, Davos just happened. They occasionally get some like grilling at Davos, but like literally that has all ended because now he's getting all of it. And look at him. He's like driving through the posh part of London and he looks fucking, what? I'm going to get chewed out? I didn't sign up for this.
Picture is worth 1,000 words. But he's a little delusional. I'm sure he's disconnected. But this is the hardos of the hardos. The away support at Manchester United. Right. Look, Alex and I applied for away and ticket allocation for this Fulham game for the first time ever as season ticket holders. It took us 5 years to qualify to even apply to get into the lottery, which is basically like a 10% chance to get these away day tickets. Now, we have acquired them in the past through other means. They fell off a truck from the North Jersey perspective and have sat in the away end. It's amazing. But they're the hardest core of the hardest core, and they're going to shoot it straight with Sir Jim, just like you would in North Jersey. So I kind of respect the fans giving him the business outside the stadium because he should know. Like, hey, man, people are starting to turn. And if you sell Garnacho, the heat is going to get turned up. And by the way, watching that Fulham game, he's watching it, deciding not to sell him or not. Like, he's looking at the player on the field and he's deciding to sell him or not. And I think after that game, you would not sell him.
No, you'd be crazy to, because look at our bench, and you'd be crazy too if you even watched United week in, week out like we do. But here's the thing. Those type of moves buy you less time from the fans. You sell a popular player like Garnacho, you get less rope from the fans. If you like, hey, we're not going to sell any of these high flyers, but we're going to have less money to spend. I think if you were open about it, people would be more supportive. But you fire Dan Ashworth after courting him for a year, that loses faith in the fans because they make you think you're an umpty because you're acting like an umpty.
Money to hire
and then
him.
Selling Garnacho for $60 million to a former rival, is gonna kill the fans' trust in you. And that's the thing, is like you have to.
He would be so good for, like, the one thing about Garnacho,
he'd kill it. He would kill it.
I would still cheer for him.
Yeah, I'd root for.
I would still like. I'm just saying, like,
I don't know. Yeah,
it's
Chelsea.
like if he went to Chelsea, I'd still cheer for him. But I do think the conclusion that any reasonable person watching that Fulham game and Garnacho's involvement in it and looking how inept our attack is that you would not sell him for $60 million. It would have to be over 100, because there's no way you're like. You can't take $60 million and get anything that is worth what that player will be worth one day. But let us know what you think in the comments below. Should the fans have given Ratcliffe the business? Is he really losing control? Like that facial expression looks like shock and horror. He's our owner. Tough times. It's heating up. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It goes a long way helping the American Red Devils community.